These last few weeks, a few changes have been going on. He's lost a scale or two. So you would have seen on my last video when I did a treatment for the blanket weed. How much blanket weed is coming out? 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite. Hey on my ducks, and welcome your faces back to Sharpest Koi. Yes, it's been a while, I know, but it's been nothing to film at all. So this video I'm just going to give a bit of a brief update of what's going on, what I'm planning to do. Coming out of winter, now springtime. This is the weekend after Easter. Or was it 2 weekends after Easter? I don't know, I'm losing track. So, cut the grass. Spring is here, finally. So I'll spin you around, have a look at the pond. Plants are growing, you know spring is coming. Water's dropped a bit because I've just done a Nexus clean, just done a couple of boils of that. And so you would have seen on my last video when I did a treatment for the blanket weed. So slowly, very slowly it's working. I might do another dose, I'm not sure. But what I'm having to do is give it a hoover out every single week. So I'm about to do another hoover, because as the algae is all obviously dying away, it's all going down to the bottom of the pond, and a load of it is getting into the Nexus as well. So the Nexus is having to sort of work a bit harder. So I'm having to hoover it out, and you can see, I'm not sure if you can see on camera, but there's still loads of waste all accumulating on the bottom there, so it's not getting sucked into the retro drain good enough. And I think it's because, again, you're not going to see on camera, but I can see there's still quite a carpet of weed. But it's just patches now, so it's slowly working. So the hoover works. I've got an attachment on the hoover that's got these little knobbly bits on, so as I'm going around with the pond vac, it sort of rips up the weed as well and then gets sucked in, which is good. But like I say, I'm having to do it weekly at the minute, which I don't really want to be doing now I've got the retro drain. Back of shower's now all unwrapped, although my mind your own business has probably had it. Not really survived the winter that well, but I'm sure it'll all grow back. All this is well and truly in there, so the roots are good. This feels quite good on top, but all this just feels really dry. I'll turn the backy up slightly now as well. All I need to do now is just get these foam things off the pipes. Water feature won't come on yet, we'll wait until about May time when it warms up even more. Fish are doing well, coming out of winter pretty well. Although in the big ghost, if you can see, he's got a mark on it. He's lost a scale or two. God knows what he's been up to. A bit of carp pox on some of them, which they have over the winter. It's normally that one down there, the Kikakuru. You can see it. He normally suffers it quite a lot. Now my Shiro Bekko, I wanted to get this out because he's got some damage to his tail. At first I thought it was a bit of fin rot, but I don't think it is actually fin rot. There's just a bit of damage on his back fin, on his back tail fin. If you can't really see it on camera, but he's got it. And he went a bit pink with stress and stuff. And he was just sat on the bottom, sat on the corner, but he's moving around a lot better now. So we need to keep an eye on him. And also my Hietsuri. The also he had a year or so ago, a couple of years ago now I think that was. All healed up well, but looks like he's got a bit of tail damage as well. So I'll get that treated. And then my little ghost, as you know, which we've been treating, you would have seen on the last few videos, healing up nicely. Just in front of the big ghost again, not sure what you can see on camera. It's healing up. Again, get him out every now and again and give him a bit of an antibacterial spray. But you can see, hey duck, why are you down there? You can see all the weed on from the skimmer. Look at that skimmer picking it up. So again, this is having to work overload, give it a clean as more often than what I usually do. So that'll be rinsed out again today. Nexus I've also turned up slightly as well, just a bit more flow, and the weather's warming up. It's quite warm today. Temps, outside temps, what we're looking at. Well, it looks about 17 degrees on there to me. Water temps should be about 12, it's been about 12. Yeah, still saying 12 degrees. That's what it's been sort of the last couple of weeks. So we're finally above that 10 degree mark. Fish are just moving on to a twice a day feed now as well. No other issues with the fish coming out of winter. We've all been doing pretty well. Like I says, we'll get 2 or 3 out have a look at the damage. I need to do a water check today as well, make sure nothing untoward is going on in there which is causing a bit of this tail damage, but I don't think it is. I've seen no flicking and flashing, so fingers crossed for parasites, but while we've got the fish out we may as well do a scrape. But yeah, I think at the minute I'm okay for parasites, but I'm sure this is going to be coming over the next few weeks. I've already seen quite a few of your videos out there with tricks and flukes and whatnot, so we'll see. Plants, like I said, you know spring is coming. Look at these plants, look at this one already, where the frost have killed it off, but it doesn't take long, does it? As soon as then you've got extra daylight hours. These last few weeks a few changes have been going on, so I'm going to update you. So for those that have been following my channel from the very start, my first set of videos I did, obviously we did the filter house. Now you probably would have heard me mention on them videos about we used to have a plant bed here, the Shetland doors. So the plant bed which we cut down to fit the filter shed in, because it used to go right past this fence panel, so we cut it to about there. And what we've done these last few weeks, because I did regret it not getting rid of it all in one go, I've now got rid of the whole plant bed. So I've dug it all out, extended the wall across, which I do need to paint black, and that definitely now gives me more room around the filter shed. One of the options was I could have extended it, because I do regret not having it bigger in the first place. The problem is, say I extended it to the edge of the pond, I'm still quite tight for space again. So I don't think I'm going to bother extending it. All I'm going to do is just get one of these storage boxes to come down the edge to put all my pond buckets and nets and stuff in, to free up a bit of space in the garage, which I'll explain why shortly. And that will just give me some more storage for my pond stuff, and it's all in sort of one area. And I might even put like a shelter, like a pergola or whatever thing, a shelter across the top, just so it's all under cover, which will help. Or I could put a nice little grow on tank in here. What do you think? Not sure how big enough space so I'll get a decent grow on, but my daughter's not going to have much room, much time on this trampoline anymore. I've got a whole area coming here. Yeah, I know you've heard me mention it about having a pond up here, but in the meantime I could put a grow on. Did you hear that? She wants a hot tub. Just see her little head bopping over the top. She's getting rid of the weeds around the pond for me. Say hello, my ducks.
I told him to take the whole of that plant bed out when we did the filter shed.
I know, I've just told the viewers, obviously I do regret not doing it in the first place and having a bigger filter shed, but at the time we couldn't have the funds to keep getting skips. And I'll show you the skip we've just filled up and why in a minute. So I could still extend it, I don't know, but we'll see. Obviously future plans is I'd love a pond up here, filter shed, and an outside bar here. I think that'd be great. Right, so one of the reasons, again, you would have heard me mention on past videos that we are having an extension, which is going to be starting in about 3 months' time. So all this outbuilding will be gone, a full side extension on the side here. So what we've done, again, I'm not sure if you noticed, but we used to have a massive plant bed which to come all the way down here. Over the Easter weekend we got rid of that. At the minute we've stopped there because we filled up the skip, but all this has still got to come out, and we're going to go to this wall, so the wall will go all the way across. So all this has still got to come out so the garden gate can go there. And if that gate's open, I'll show you the skip that we filled. There you go, lot. That's an 8-yard skip filled up to the max. So Koi Fish Johnny, if you're watching, this is why I'm so intrigued with your videos at the minute, mate. Your extension videos that you put up, because all that's got to go. So we're just getting the pond now ready for spring. We're doing a bit of spring clean. Like I say, I'll get an hoover in there in a minute. We'll get some fish out. We'll start on getting these foams off the pipes, getting the insulation off the pipes as well for the backy and the intake over there. I've got my pagoda somewhere that was in that plant bed I took out. He's going to go on the pond. Yeah, that time of year. Fish loving the flow of water. They'll be happy as Larry now the temps are warming up. She's happy, hopefully.
Hey.
You!
Won't be happy till I've got my hot tub.
She wants an hot tub. Look at where she expects this hot tub to go. And get the patio furniture back out. Like I say, I've just cut the lawn. Finally, I hate winter. Yeah, so this is the new different attachment I put on. See all these bobbly bits, so when it's going across the bottom of the pond, it does pretty well at sort of ripping up the weed that's dying away and then gets sucked up into the hoover. So yeah, it's pretty good that. So we'll get that done first because I can do the other jobs while I'm topping the pond back up. So I'm going to do a water change at the same time. Knock the one job down, so I'm going to have to flood the lawn for a bit. And there you go, look, just to show the hoover how much blanket weed is coming out. It's definitely sucking it up. Just need to make sure I keep on top of it. So I don't have to put another dose in or what. I mean, ideally you don't really want to put in chemicals in your pond, but means a must. So I need to leave it a little bit longer and just see if nature will take its course. But it is stopping quite a lot of waste from going into the retro drain, which is there. Loads was building up in the Nexus. I mean, I've dropped the Nexus a couple of times today, but so I'm not sure what you're going to be able to see. So then it'll just get stuck around the side. Oh, by the way guys, oh, why isn't it focusing? Hang on, there we go. My new mug. James the Koi Whisperer. Cheers my duck, he's got one of mine. Nice mug that actually, I like that. There's mug collection coming on. Got another shelf in here ready for some more, so if you want to send me a mug, you want to do a mug swap, hit me in the comments, we can sort that out. It's such a mild winter this year. Pond didn't ice over once. Hardly had any frost, did we? Not much of a winter at all. I think we had a flurry of snow, that's about it once, so I'm just topping that back up. To be fair, a lot of the algae as well, it'll get starved of all the nutrients once these plants start growing even more. Well, that's from now really, because the plants then obviously take up the nutrients and starve the algae, which are taking up the nutrients. So, but I am going to give it another dose because I've just checked all around here and it's like a carpet still. All the waste. I mean, my pond slopes anyway, because before I had the retro drain, as you know, I had a pump that fed the Nexus down here, so that's the reason I sloped the pond down, so everything used to come down here to the pump and get fed over there. Now I've got the retro drain, which is in the middle. I do have a lot of waste just come and sit around here, but I've dropped my air stones now. They're going to sit on the bottom, and the two around there, which will help with lifting a lot of crap up that's builds up in the corners like it did last year. But yeah, definitely going to do another dose of that clover leaf. I may as well use, because some people said to use the Evolution Aqua stuff, but I'm going to use the clover leaf again just because I've got it. I've still got some left when I did the last dose, so I may as well use that up. And then if it's still bad in a few weeks time, I can probably move on to a different brand as people recommended. So we can go and put the air back on in a minute, the air for the retro as well. I'm just going to give the bottom of my back here a bit of a scrub, a bit of a wipe, just where the algae again is building up on the lip. So water test concluded, 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite, and pH maybe between 7 and 7.5, so pH pretty good. Just about to do the KH now. Nitrates I know I'm going to be high anyway, but I still do my nitrates. At the minute, the most toxicity ones, them two, perfect. Right, so here's the Shiro Bekko, guys. There's no sedating there at the minute, so you might thrash around. But if you can see the top of that tail, I don't think it is actually female. It looks like it has a bit of damage that might have got to be infected, so I'm going to give that a bit of a treat. Give it a bit of a salt bath as well, I think. I think it will need it. The scales, I think it's through stress, quite protruded. Went a bit pink through stress as well. It's no longer sat on the bottom. The scales feel okay to touch, not like dropsy sort of pine cone. But yeah, this tail, a bit of sedate in there just to calm her, but yeah. Bit of a measure, she's looking around. I'll wait till the sedates her now, I think, so she's a bit calmer, but yeah. Give that a bit of a clean. I think it's going to need it. See what we can do for that. Fish back in the pond. Give it a bit of a clean the tail up. I've looked at the heat at Suri as well, gave that a bit of a clean, and also my little ghost koi. I can't do the salt bath yet on the Shiro Bekko because I've got no salt left. So while I'm driving around with work, I will pop into one of the Japanese water gardens or Denver koi, depending on where I am, and I'll pick up some salt, and then I can just do a bit of a 15-minute 1 ounce per gallon salt bath on the Bekko. I think out of the 3 fish, the Bekko definitely needs it. So that's about it really. I also need to try and get some more anti-bac. I need to Google actually if you can get this on its own without buying the whole kit. Because I like the Kishiori stuff. I know you can get different brands, but because out of all of the medication, that was the one that's run out. So yeah, so that's about it for this week really. I'm just going to go on now, dose the pond with the blanket retreatment, and then that's it. So we'll come back for another time of Sharpies Koi. Hopefully we'll start picking up some more videos now the weather's getting better. God knows what she's mumbling at. A wood split. You didn't do a pilot hole. Right guys, so if you like that video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ding on that bell. And who's she playing with? Say hi. And we'll see you next time, my ducks, for another video of Sharpies Koi. Cheers, my ducks. Bye.